Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Cappin at the Spa. I'm Saratoga Geese and we're once again recording live from Quivik Drive in beautiful Saratoga. As we said in yesterday's program, our goal is to talk about live long shots at 8 to 1 or higher on the morning line and who we feel have a chance to outrun those odds and provide value opportunities in all your exotics as well as the win column. For those who caught yesterday's show, we did pick 2 winners on top at 9 to 1 and 7 to 1. So let's hope we have a little more luck today also. I'm here with 2 young handicappers who will talk about their 3 top plays of the day, as will I, and hopefully give you a few things to think about when looking at long shots. We have Daily Double Dan on my left and Exact the Box Bobby on the right. We're also going to play a late pick 5 with Naira bets since there's a large carryover and we all have accounts with Naira bets. We're interested in that pick 5 with the $100,000 carryover. So let's get right to it with Danny's first selection, which occurs in race 2.
Alright, so looking at race 2, claiming 40,000, mile and 16th on the turf. I'm going with the 4, Voodoo Song, morning line 10 to 1. First time out with Linda Rice, ran once on the turf in the past and it won. Has great Tomlinsons on the turf as well. And in its past 3 races, things haven't gone as well, but it has some excuses for those races after, some 2 great races in his first 2 races as a 2-year-old. So, dropping in class, getting back on the turf. I'm looking for him to get back on track here.
All right, he's 10 to 1, and I'm going to go right at him in race 2 by picking a different long shot, and I'm going to go with the 5, Prize Fight. Jose Ortiz riding and Michael Maker training. Mike Maker's great with turf horses, and he really brought this horse along well in February, March, and April, running 3 really good races in Florida. I'm not sure why he decided to take a shot in the Penn Mile, the Grade 2 race, but that was clearly over his head. They also put blinkers on for that race as well as his last race, and he did not run well in either. Dismal. However, that gives an opportunity today to get him at a decent price. The blinkers come off. Mike Maker has a great percentage with blinkers off, and we're going to take a shot with Prize Fight at 12 to 1 and go head to head with Daily Double Dan, and we'll see how it works out. Let's go to Bobby's first selection of the day, which occurs in race 6.
Great, so in race 6 we have a state-bred first level allowance race going 7 furlongs on the dirt. And my top selection in this race is going to be the 3 H-Man at a 20 to 1 morning line for Jeremiah Englehart with Jose Ortiz up. Something I really like about this horse and an angle I like to look for is that Englehart claimed this horse back after having him in his barn late last year over at Aqueduct. This horse has some good early speed, and a lot of his races from over the winter down in Aqueduct would really make him competitive in this field. So I know he might have the look a bit of an Aqueduct specialist, but at 20 to 1 odds, I'm willing to sort of take a shot and find out if he can transfer that form over to Saratoga.
Excellent selection. Always like to look at the 20 to 1 shot. Let's go to Danny and take a look at race 4.
All right, looking at race 4, another claiming 40,000, 7 furlongs on the dirt. Now, there's only 7 horses in this race, so the highest odds are 8 to 1, so I'm going to take a look at a 6 to 1 shot with the 2 Rockport Cat. This is a little bit of an odd race in that everyone in this race is coming off at least 1 bad race, most of them 2 bad races. So the Buyer Par is 94, the best race anyone's coming off of is a 75. So I'm not really too concerned about the past 2 races by Rockport Cat, but it has some real good back buyers ending in last year and first race of this year. And, didn't get good trips the past 2 races, so it has a couple excuses for those 2 as well. And, I'm just going to take a chance with this horse at 6 to 1 in the 4th.
All right. Good selection, and another one of that early pick 5 races. The early part of the card is really is a bit shaky. It really gets good around race 6, 7 and gets yourself through the rest of the day with some really quality races. Let's move over to Bobby and let's talk about race 7, which is the first part of the Naira pick 5.
Great, so in race 7 we have an optional claimer turf sprint going 5.5 furlongs on the Mellon Turf course. And my top selection is going to be breaking from the rail, the 2-horse Sandy Slew at 15 to 1 morning line odds for Richard Schosberg and Junior Alvarado. As you'll see with a lot of the long shots we're all selecting today, their form is a little muddied up from the past couple races. In Sandy Slew's case, the last 2 turf sprints have been on good and yielding turf, and it definitely seems that the horse performs better on firm turf in New York at Belmont and Saratoga when you look at the performances last summer in those types of races at those tracks. So for me, I'm looking for Sandy Slew to get back on track, getting back on a turf course she really likes. So that's going to be my top selection in race 7, the 2, Sandy Slew.
Okay, so let's, again, I like Sandy Salute too. The horse won 2 times at Saratoga, and it looks pretty good. So we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come right back with the rest of the card.